Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. It's so exciting to see so many familiar faces for such a special evening tonight. They've completely set this graduation up, but more importantly, what they've done over the last 2 years is commit their life to giving back to the program that saved theirs. So none of this, honestly, we would not be where we're at today without Troy and William and your dedication to give back and help the students of today. So thank you very much. I'd also like to give a shout out to Tim, our founder. Over a decade ago, Tim had devoted and dedicated his life to finding a program and a model that was self-sustainable and that truly created long-lasting change. Without Tim, honestly, none of us would be here. Harvest Academy has changed many lives and is going to continue to do so. So Tim, without your courage, without the dedication and resilience you've had and continue to have, none of us would be here. So thank you, Tim. So as many of you guys know, Harvest Academy is a 2-year minimum commitment. What we do to change a life in 2 years is, there's a lot that goes into it, but something we can all understand is making a promise. Everyone has made a promise at some point in their life, whether it was to themselves or whether it was with somebody else. At Harvest Academy, around two weeks into your program, after you've kind of gotten familiar with a little bit, understand kind of the rough schedule of the day, kind of understand our philosophy, the model, we have what we call a bridge ceremony. And in that bridge ceremony, it's a physical representation of leaving your old life and crossing over into your new life. At 2 weeks, you're definitely not there. You haven't arrived yet, but it's just simply the commitment to leaving the old ways in the past and implementing and internalizing the ways of Harvest Academy. Before you cross that bridge, we ask you make 4 promises to yourself and our community. One of them, the first promise, is that you will not break any cardinal rules. The second promise is that you understand that your recovery is your responsibility. You alone have to make the decision to come to Harvest Academy, but you also need to understand that it's the community that gets you that long-lasting change. The third promise is the understanding that you will accept all feedback given to you and implement it, find a way. Our model, we don't have, it's not just the staff telling people what to do, it's peer influence. So when guys come through the program, like Troy and William, their lived experience is passed on and given back to the guys who are looking to come here and go on that journey and change their life. The final, in my opinion, the most important one, is a promise to stay at Harvest Academy for 2 years, even when things get difficult. And because Chandler, Jay, and Tyler have committed and stayed true to those promises to not only themselves, but us, their families, and so many more people out there, we're here to celebrate tonight, not just what they've done the last 2 years, but what they get to do moving forward for the rest of their lives with the skills that they've gained and learned and the relationships they've had over the last 2 years at Harvest Academy. So thank you all for being here to celebrate a special evening.
Great, I'm Tim Kruger. Sometimes I get emotional. We'll get that right out of the way. So it's great to be here. Thank you. Just awesome to see all the work these guys put in. I don't think anybody realizes all that they carry with them, all the pain, the hard things that they've been through in their life. And making this choice to come here to really work on themselves, which is not easy. We ask you to look in the mirror, not to run, to really, a lot of times you're not going to like what you see, but you got to look in that mirror, face it, work on the things that we're not so proud of, because we all have them. And so I haven't been through what these guys have been through, so I can just give you a feel as I get to know them here. But, when I first started, you think you're going to come help guys change their life. They change yours. That's one thing that you think you've got answers, you think you know, and you realize you don't until you come together. And mutually, I think one of the best things about this place is each one teach one. Everybody here really teaches each other. there is not one person that tells everybody what to do. Taylor does sometimes, but but we really help each other. And I've learned so much about myself, things I need to change, things I need to kind of really relook at. And my favorite part of coming to the academy is really just sitting down talking to the students. The last 2 days, just sitting down with the students, especially our graduates, just talking to Tyler, Chandler, Jay individually, and just seeing where have they come? Are they, what are they worried about? What are they working on? Where are they going? And I think you'll see parents, family, just the joy in their faces. You can just tell, and hope. They've got hope. They look forward to things. They know it's not over. It's just part of the journey. But we hope we give them enough, to take that. And we know life's going to throw them things that are hard, but hopefully they've learned a lot here to be able to withstand those things. We feel like they have, but all three are going to stay on. Because one of the things that you see here is, I think we often say, you're going to hate it until you love it. Because really hearing about yourselves, getting up early in the morning, being responsible, accountable, it's not always fun. But then as you start to see what you can do, what you accomplish, I think everybody here, they have no idea all the good things inside of them, all the talents, until they really start to see it. Try it. Sometimes it's painful. Troy's been to different things where you got to try things you're not maybe going to be good at. But amazing, you'll find some things you're great at. So that's what I love about being here. I'm so proud of the graduates, just as we talked yesterday, just how excited they are for life. Because when they came in, it's not that way. They don't believe a lot of times that they're good people. So we help them find that. It is pretty cool. So really excited that you guys are here. Excited. And not only do these guys, do we, like I said, help them, but these three guys, I think everybody, the 2 years that they've been here, how much the academy's expanded because of everybody here. And that's what we really do. Hey, not only individually do we have to get better, but as an academy, we have to get better. And that's really the students that make that happen. So thank you.
Thank you, Tim. So we'll get this graduation going. So one of those promises that I talked about was accepting the feedback that is freely given to you. So when you come in, it's very much, hey, pick up what we got, leave what you got going on behind. It wasn't working. So at a certain point and sometime in the program, over the 2 years, you start implementing that feedback that you're getting day in and day out, and then the new guys come in, and all of a sudden you're not the new guy, you're a veteran. So the feedback that you were given, there's going to be a guy that comes in and does the same knucklehead stuff you tried, and it's your responsibility to give them that same feedback that you got to help them change their life. So Tyler, Jay, Chandler, they've all been a huge staple in Harvest Academy in the growth of our student community. I can't even begin to describe the amount of change. It's hard to measure change, but what they've done is nothing short of amazing. So before our first graduate of the evening is Tyler Corbin, but before we bring him up here, I wanted a couple guys in the program that Tyler has made an impact on to come give a little speech.
Good evening, everyone. This is an honor and a privilege to be up here speaking in front of all you guys. Congratulations, Chandler, Jay. When I first got here, I was going through it. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was getting into. And then getting here, it was a culture shock. I didn't know how to take it, honestly. I was scared. I almost wanted to run a couple times, and Tyler helped me. When I first got here, he was a guy, he was dorm head in my room, and he helped me get through that. He showed me what this place is about. He showed me that if you keep making it to your bed that night and wake up the next morning and keep pressing forward, that you can make it through. I've seen him go through his ups and downs, and that gives me hope. It helps me to see that things are bigger than just myself, and seeing him graduate today, it's amazing, man. I congratulate you very much. you know, you did go through some struggles, and to see you pull yourself out of that, it gives me hope. You know, it helps me to see that, you know, it's not about me, it's about the next guy, and you help me, and whether you know it or not, you know, I'm getting that opportunity to help the next guy now because of what you did for me, so thank you.
When I walked into Harvest Academy 16 months ago, I recognized only one person, and that was Tyler. I knew Tyler in 2021. We were in a Silver Living house together in Fort Dodge, and there is where I met Tyler. From then to now, a totally different person. He was looking for work at the same time I was working. I helped him get a job in between, and he worked, what, three days, maybe a week, and he bounced out. So when I came in here, seen Tyler, seen all the hard work he put in, he is now a dependable person. He opted on to say an extra 6 months, working hard every day, making sure Harvest Academy is afloat and has the moves it needs. Totally different person. And that has helped me to see the struggles he went through and the positive attitude he stayed with the whole time is just inspiring to see. So keep doing what you're doing, Tyler. Congratulations. Love you, bro.
Looking at that picture there is like crazy, right? That's not me anymore. I'm trying to find the words. Before I came to Harvest Academy, I was broken. I was beat down. I was drug addicted. I was sick. I didn't want to live anymore. Where I was at in my life was a place that I didn't want to be. I was arrested the last time I was arrested was December 28th, 2022. The last time I used drugs, last time I was arrested was on that date. And, you know, I never want to go back to that. I never want to feel that feeling that I felt that day. I burnt all bridges, second chances, opportunities to do something different with my life. And I was on my way to prison. So my lawyer told me that, Tyler, look, you've had your opportunities, you had your chances to do something different in your life, right? You're probably going to prison unless you can find a long-term program, something a year minimum at least. And so I spent the next days, a couple weeks dedicated to trying to find a place that would take me, right? So I reached out to different organizations, different programs, the Salvation Army, I don't know the exact names of all of them, but programs that were a year minimum, right? And nobody would take me because I didn't have the funds, I didn't have the insurance required, I didn't have the money to pay out of pocket. And that sentencing date, February 6th, 2023, it was getting nearer and nearer very quickly, and it was looking like I was going to be going to prison. A couple weeks prior to that date, my lawyer got a hold of me while I was in jail, and he told me that there's this program. He said it's a 2-year commitment minimum. It's called Harvest Academy. You're not guaranteed a spot there, right? But you don't got to pay to be there. It's completely free of charge. It's a high accountability program. He's telling me these things about it, and he said all that's required of you, Tyler, is that you actually are committed to wanting to change your life. You're committed to wanting to do something different. And so, and you got to write a letter. I wrote that letter. I wrote it over and over. I even called my mom while I was in jail. I was like, Mom, am I doing enough? Do I need to rewrite this? Do I need to add more in there? Like I went to her for some advice, right? And finally I sent that letter out, and I was interviewed by Taylor being in jail, and he gave me, I was accepted in the program, which was a godsend, right? Like I was saying, I was beaten. I was at my lowest point in my life, and I needed something different. I needed something long term. I needed something serious. Not your 36. I needed something that was going to be hard. Like Harvest Academy is not easy. This program, you know, it tests you, it puts you, you're uncomfortable at times, but like that's what's needed for true change, right? If it was easy, then everybody would do it and then fall on your face, right? Being here at Harvest Academy, I got what I needed and not what I wanted. You know, that was the feedback given to me by my peers, telling me the things that I didn't necessarily want to hear in the moment, but it's what I needed to hear, right? And it's crazy because I didn't think that this day was going to come, you know what I mean? I didn't. I wanted to give up on myself a few months into the program, and you know, I had Troy, I had Will, Taylor give me a little dose of reality and tell me, hey, like they gave me what I needed when I needed it. They didn't sugarcoat stuff. They told me how it is and what it is, and you know, that made me like take a look in the mirror and be like, look, like I do need this place. There's no other place like Harvest Academy. There is not. There's no place that's going to let you give you the time, the environment, the community, the brotherhood, the accountability to the space, the time, the 2 years to focus on yourself and actually take a deep look at why did I choose to use them drugs? Why did I choose to treat my family like that? Why did I go down that road, right? This place has saved my life. And you know, it's my duty, my responsibility that I give it back to the guys that come into the program after me. So shout out to you guys back there. You guys are, you know what I mean? You guys are the reason that, you know, a lot of us older students want to stick around is we want to help the next guy. So, and Becky, Dad, Mom, Chris, everybody in this room, I'm looking around and what I see is family. I see family in here tonight. So thank you guys all for coming out and supporting us. Thank you.
Where he was wanting to give up. I think it was 2 or 3 days in a row. I was on the phone with Mom, on the phone with Dad. I mean, I've done this for 3.5 years, and I don't think I've seen someone more hell-bent on leaving the program and not leave, though. That's the thing. I mean, I could just see the wheels spinning, you know, just fighting himself. And, you know, I think he had that eureka moment where it is, hey, I've done what I want to do for my entire life, and it hasn't gotten me very far. So I need to start doing what I need to do and not what I want to do. So I'm so proud of you, Tyler. It's amazing. You know, it's nothing short of immaculate that you're standing up here with us. You've opted to continue to help Harvest Academy grow, give back to our students. So the first thing that I have for you is a certificate of graduation.
Nice.
And the second thing is going to be a picture for our graduate wall that will be up here for at Harvest Academy forever to inspire the next guys that are going to sit on our bench. And that photo will hopefully give guys who come in, sit on the bench, something to look forward to and know that, hey, if it works for this guy, it can work for me as well. So thank you. So before Chandler comes up here, we're going to have a couple other guys speak on how Chandler's impacted their lives throughout Chandler's program.
Man, Tyler, I wasn't going to cry until I started talking about Chandler. You almost had me going there. When I first came in, the first thing I remember about Chandler, we was in group. He had been about here for 10 months by the time when I got here. And one night in group, he was getting some real feedback, and he got up and he stormed out and he threw a fit. And my first thought was, you know, this kid's a brat. And then I proceeded over the next few weeks to take everything that was different from me to him. He's young, I'm old. He's a little more educated than I am. You know, he's come from a different background. He was raised different. You know, all these differences I could just go on and name and, you know, over and over again. But one thing that, you know, is the same for all of us here is accountability. And Chandler taught me that. Come to find out, I started going on moves, and guess who's my point? Chandler. All the time, for months. For the first, 3 months on the moving company, I was with Chandler, and he was firm. He had me hustle. He had me run. He, you know, it was on me for everything that I was doing that he knew that I could do better, and I hated it. I hated him. I resented him for the longest time, like, man, this guy is out to get me. I just didn't see it. You know, one night we went on this move, or one morning we went on this move. It was a 23-hour move, There was 3 of us unloading this truck. Me and Chandler, a whole box truck full of boxes, heavy boxes, throughout this house, 4 floors. We did it. Me and him unloaded it, and that's where a bond was created. That wasn't the first time, that wasn't the last time that we did this, box runs. And the struggles that you go through with guys here, I went through those with Chandler many times, many moves, and he was always right next to me. He was always there to get me going, keep me going when I got tired, but still at the same time, he held me accountable. He didn't let me slack off, or didn't let me accountability was ran, and firmness was there. So now, where I'm at in my program, I'm an intern freshman manager, and so now I get to teach other guys what it looks like for accountability, what firmness looks like, what it looks like to hustle, and and the same things that Chandler taught me, I am able to teach these new guys. And thank you, Chandler. Congratulations.
All right. Chandler Fong. When I first came to Harvest Academy, I was, I isolated myself from the community. I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I didn't even want to look anybody in the eye. And, I had a hard time connecting with people. But, there was this just one single person who, kept bothering me when I'm reading in the dorm. And, I shared a room with Chandler, always coming up, hey, what are you reading? A book. Hey, what's the book about? Just an adventure. Okay, tell me more about it. I'm going to bed, Chan. He's someone who slowly helped me come out of that shell as well too. He's helped me, communicate better. Giving speeches as well. He's always giving me that feedback in the moment. He's giving me feedback firm. He's giving me feedback where it's real. Everything he says is real, and he's taught me many things from the very beginning I came here. And I mean, from Chandler, watching from behind too, I seen what accountability means. This man knew how to control his environment. He knew how to be firm with the process. He knew how to give clear direction. He knew how to put people in places where they need to grow. But not only that, he's there to help people grow in other ways as well. And sitting back and seeing that, that really motivated me. Another way he helped motivate me too is just same thing that Zach said. Constantly, going to group. He's the only person that's getting grilled. I'm like, geez, dude. Next time, then there's next week in group. Chandler's getting in it again next week in group, and I'm like, I wonder is he gonna give up? Is he gonna keep pushing? Is he gonna keep fighting? Next week in group, same thing. And after a while, he actually started making changes, and I'm just like, wow. For someone who gets grilled all the time, who has to hear this all the time, he still takes it to the face. He still wakes up. He's still smiling. He's still pushing through it. And I'm like, this guy's iron wall. How's he doing it? And, watching from behind and making these small changes in himself, I mean, that's very inspiring. How do you sit back and see someone change their life just like that? And it's really amazing to see. And I mean, from that, I know, one day he was giving someone feedback, and a word he said that really stuck out to me was I'm not my mistake. And that really hit me hard. I wrote that in my notebook. Chandler, I'm not my mistake. I was waiting for this day on this graduation to literally mention that. And I mean, take a look at that. Look, fresh beard, smiling. Haircut, he's right there smiling himself. So I mean, hey, that's my brother too. Shoot. Right. And yeah, I mean, this man, whole person changed, literally whole person changed. I'm very proud of you, Chan. You've helped me change my life tremendously. And I'm grateful for all the times you've helped me when I struggled. Going through the same struggle you also went through, contract, getting grilled in group 2. You were there to give me advice. You were there to keep helping me move forward. And I greatly appreciate you, and I thank you for always being there by my side. And, giving back to the community as well. And we appreciate you. Thank you, Chan.
Practicing in the shower and getting up here are two completely different things. But in all seriousness, I just want to start by saying how proud I am of the gentlemen I get to celebrate this day with and the guys who are still here. Like Tyler said, Harvest Academy is a difficult program. The whole time I've been here, I've seen people come and go. Some people get here, and from the moment they get here, they struggle every single day before they finally give up and throw in the towel. Some people, it seems like they don't even have any character defects despite ending up at Harvest Academy. But out of a lot of people, there's 3 people that I have seen struggle a lot more than most. And there's no coincidence that those are the 3 people we've came here to celebrate today. I'm not saying that you have to fall on your face and fall short as many times as we did to succeed at Harvest Academy, because the truth is you don't. But if it wasn't for those dark times and for those tough life lessons that I learned, then I would not have made it. And when I talk about dark times, what I'm talking about is the choices and the decisions that I made, that I brought on myself. When I first got here, I was arrogant. I was arrogant until 10 months into the program. I struggled for a long time. I didn't care about the people around me. I didn't care about myself. I wanted to be better than everyone else. And it's just a whole mess that stemmed from my insecurities of not being okay with who I was, not being okay with the things that I've done in my life. But, that what I learned at Harvest Academy is that dark times, there's always light on the other side, right? You just have to choose to see it. And the main thing that's been consistent through my whole time being here, what is the accountability from Marshall, from Troy, from Will, from Taylor. There's been times where I think these guys hate me. I mean, Will's opening my drawers every day, checking to make sure my clothes are folded right. I'm like, what is this dude on? But it's because of that accountability that I'm not this guy, that I'm not a heroin addict on the side of the street, half dead, that I'm not homeless, that not only do I have a relationship with my mom and my sisters and my sister's kids, they're becoming my best friends. It's because of that accountability that I'm still at Harvest Academy today and I've succeeded, right? It's been hard, it's been a struggle, but I want to stay at Harvest Academy because I know there's going to be dark times for me to come. I know there's going to be dark times for these guys. And it is my responsibility to help myself and help everyone see the light. So, thank you.
So I received Chandler's letter and his request to come to Harvest Academy. And that picture on the right is exactly what I found when I went to the Polk County Jail and set up that interview. I think you were coming literally off the streets, had lice, a fellow cellmate offered a haircut, only halfway got the job done. He was looking like a half-done poodle. I'm in this interview. I'm looking at his paperwork. You had all sorts of diagnosis. You were supposed to be on these meds. Normally I wouldn't have accepted you. But I saw the desperation, but also the hope to do something different. So we took a shot. And I couldn't be more proud that we're standing up here today. I couldn't be more excited and happy that you have expressed interest to become a staff and help us out here at Harvest Academy. What Chandler has shown in his 2 years, everyone knows that person. They're just a great leader. They have certain qualities and skills that, there's a lot of things you can teach and you can learn. And there's a lot of skills that I think are very natural and come from within. And Chandler absolutely has a few of those skills. So I'm super excited to see you continue your journey with us. So give Chandler a round of applause. We'll grab a picture here.
All right. Where are we looking?
Over here.
Back just a little bit. Let's step off. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you, man.
Love you too.
All right, Jay Newcomb, are you ready to rock and roll? That is one of many Jay sayings that will be touched on tonight. He has a lot. When I first got here, I remember Jay in the kitchen making Texas Cowboy stew, saying I will be doing dishes a lot for the next 30 days. And I did. Slowly, I was put on the moving company, and one of the very memorable moves I have with Jay is we were running boxes. He had me stuck on the stairs. I was running those stairs for probably 30 minutes, beat and tired. I get out of the stairs, come up and see a good pile of boxes set to the side. Jay had set almost every box that went other places in the house aside to keep me on those stairs. And he said, you will go run the rest of those boxes to the rest of the house. More stairs. And I did that. I held little resentments for Jay for a while for doing this. And they stopped one day on a move when Zach had stuck Jay on the stairs. And I was packing the basement. And then I had a lot of respect for Jay. I told him after, I said, now I see it differently. You were in there with me, you did the same thing to me, and now I gained a lot of respect for you. But one of the biggest things that stuck with me about Jay was he came up to me one night after group and he said, what is something you want me to help you with? Anything I can help you with. And I thought for a while. I didn't know what to come up with, but I came to him a few hours later and I said, sometimes it feels like I'm losing my personality. Sometimes it feels like the person I was before, the good things that I can hold on to, I'm losing. It took him like a week to come up with an answer. And we were after a move, giving each other feedback, and he brought it up and he said, I don't think you're losing the good attributes that you had before. I think you're loving the person you're becoming, and you're scared of that change. And he was absolutely right. And those things are some of the few things that have stuck with me, and I'm so proud of Jay. I sleep in the same dorm as him every night, and we get to talk before we go to bed. Some of those talks have really changed my life, and seeing the ups and downs he's been through here, seeing him fail, but fail forward has been inspiring. Seeing all three of these guys get up after being knocked down and smile the next day. Tyler, Chandler, all of you, you get up after getting some real feedback and you still give back. You don't give up. And I just want to say thank you for the impact that you've had on me. Thank you for the impact you've had on all these guys and the guys to come. Congratulations, guys.
I want to thank all you guys coming out and supporting these three gentlemen, because it is a very exciting moment when we have graduates. It just proves that this program works. Jay, I want to say congratulations to you personally, because throughout our program, my program here with you, right? We've been kind of opposites in a sense. You've been very like a carefree, go with the flow individual. I'm not that type of guy, right? So we butt heads on just a natural level. But through that, we've built a friendship that will last. It is through adversity that bonds are forged. I know we work very well together, whether it's moving a piano from ground floor to 3 flights up, or running boxes, or simply just working on something on the facility. It is that the opposites. They attract. We complement each other, our work ethics, everything. I am proud to stand up here and be able to congratulate you, because this is an accomplishment that you will cherish and be able to pass on to individuals as you see fit. So thank you, and congratulations to you and Chandler as well, or to Tyler and Chandler as well.
So it's hard to stand up here and just speak on one person on how much growth these people have helped me gain within myself. But don't worry, Jay, I got your back. There's one move that stands out to me the most memorable. I was so sick, I could barely breathe, and Will's like, you're going out no matter what. And I was on a crew with Jay, and I was going throughout the day, and, I wasn't feeling the best, not hustling to the best of my ability. And he kept telling me, hustle, you can do it. And, it got to a point where I was like, man, I don't think I can do this anymore. Call Will, maybe. And, he kept pushing me. And we get the move done, and we're sharing, and we get to the end of the share, and I about pass out. But, I gained a lot of respect for Jay that day, because he taught me that no matter how bad you feel, no matter what you're going through in life, you can always push yourself to do better, and you can always push yourself further than you think you can. When I first got here, me and Jay didn't have the best relationship. We were bonding on cheap connections, and
You know, he was one of those guys that I went to when I wasn't wanting to sit in my uncomfortability. And, you know, through my program, I've seen that relationship build into something based on accountability. He's shown me what real relationships really are. And I just want to thank you, Jay. I love you, bro.
Love you too, brother. This is amazing. I'm very happy to see all of you guys this evening. This is very special. I didn't think in a million years I would ever be standing at a podium talking to a room full of people that support and love me for the changes that I have made for who I am. Before I came to Harvest Academy, I didn't know how to live my life to my full potential. I let things drag me down. I let my mistakes define who I was instead of learning from them and doing something better with my life. I isolated from my family, my loved ones, because I was ashamed of who I was. I didn't want them to see me that way. So I just sunk myself deeper and deeper into a lifestyle where addiction, homelessness, and what I wanted to do mattered more than what was right. Since I've been here and I've started to learn what real relationships are based off of, what real relationships can look like if you put the work in, I realized there were many people in my life that truly wanted better for me, wanted to see me succeed, and I wasn't giving them the proper respect and attention that I should have, because they did try to hold me accountable. They wanted to see me do better. I did not listen. It took me coming here and learning to see what accountability will really do for my life, for me to realize that those people are who I should have surrounded myself with instead of what I was. Being here, I've had a lot of struggles. I've had a lot of successes. Everything that I've been through in my entire life led me to who I am today. Everything happens for a reason. Who I am today is molded by my mentors here. Troy, Taylor, Chandler, Tyler, Will, everyone in this room, really. You guys back there, I would not be who I am today if I didn't have you. I need you just as much as you need me, if not more. My life has changed so much since I've been here. I see a bright, successful future ahead of me. I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. This is where I found out who I am, what I'm capable of. And I cannot imagine any better place to spend the rest of my life paying it forward than here at Harvest Academy, using my lived experience, what I've been through, to help everybody else that comes through these doors do the same thing and find what they came here looking for. I know what that takes. It's a lot of hard work. You can do it, and I will help you, because I got your back. Thank you, guys.
So most of the students that come to Harvest Academy, they do ask for help in lieu of serving a prison sentence. But Jay was not one of those people. Jay had reached out to me
So many
10 different times, and we're limited bed space, and we only have so many beds. We're a first come first serve program. So Jay, he was looking to get into a temporary program just to get off the streets, to stay sober. As crazy as it sounds, these programs would not let him in because he wasn't in an active addiction. That's a whole different topic. But I had to tell Jay day after day, hey, I'm sorry, we don't have a bed. And and I can't guarantee when a bed will open up. A 2-year program, I'd have to really bank on a guy just kind of throwing in the towel and giving up. So I couldn't even give him an estimate or a date. But, I think it's divine intervention that one of those people that did come in before Jay had chosen to leave, and Jay had the opportunity to come in. And it's not many people that come here without that suspended prison sentence, and it's even fewer that those types of people come here and see it through and truly make that change. So it is special for you to make it. It is special for you to be here. We went out to Salt Lake City. We went to this rock shop. There were all sorts of crystals and dinosaur bones. And, me and Chandler are kind of like, all right, dude, we've been here for 25 minutes. Like, let's go. And we look at Jay, and he's just lost, just fascinated. And Chandler and I are kind of like, let's let them have it. Let's let them keep going. So we were probably in that rock shop for 45 minutes, but oh yeah, but we've had so many good times together, and just like Chandler, Harvest Academy is really going to take off and is really going to go places, and we absolutely need a team of people who are dedicated to pass on what you have gone through, because there's no college diploma, there's nothing that can replace the lived experience that these guys have gone through here to pass it on to the next guys that are coming through our door. So Jay, I love you, man. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.